Hello.
Yeah. Who is this? Who are you? Oh, it's Spoops.
This is
How's it going? You
Spoops.
alright?
Good. Hi. I hope I sound okay.
Yeah, you sound fine. You're coming through well.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Great. Hey. So, what did you
So,
want to talk about? I assume it's Himpleton related,
yes,
but
you
maybe
need to
not.
fill me in on your side of the Himpleton stuff.
I mean, I, made the mistake of being his friend and being really close to him, and then he decided to just keep doing stupid shit, and then I got sick of it, and I kind of, kicked him over off the cliff. And that's about it. I mean, a lot of the messages are just like me begging him to stop, like, being on streams and stuff
Hmm.
towards the end, but that's pretty much it.
Was there some kind
I
of...
just kinda got into. Oh,
Oh,
what
sorry.
were you
Was
saying?
there some
Sorry.
kind of, like, romantic interaction thing between you and Himpleton? Or is that pure speculation?
I mean, I would it would be stupid of me to say that I wasn't, like, kind of suspicious that there was something, like, we just had a lot in common. But, like, early on, I was like, "Hey, I have a boyfriend," just before this goes any further,
Mhm.
and, I mean, I have the messages of him saying, like, he's not there to flirt with me or anything, but apparently that wasn't the case. But, yeah, for me, it was just, I when I get close to somebody, I'm just, like, really open and, like, loving, and even Morale can attest to that. Like, I get worried about people too. So, like, with Himpleton, I would get super worried about him and then just be like, "Hey, bro, like, I really care about you. You're a good person. I hope you're doing okay."
Were you
So,
thinking
I can
about
totally.
him?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
was
super
worried
fucking
about
weird.
him. Like, I was worried he was gonna, like, fucking off himself or something,
Oh, shit, yeah.
'cause and that
Sorry,
was my
yeah, that's
biggest
quite
worry,
serious, actually.
like, yeah, and, like, just him as a person is, he would, like, crash out super hard when Morale would, like, yell at him on stream.
Hmm.
And then, like, I would be, behind the scenes like, "Hey, buddy, you doing okay?" And then he would bitch about morale to me, and, it was like a friendship, and that's how I saw it. And
It seems like
honestly, now
Himpleton
it
was beefing with, like, every single person in the community. Is that fair to say, or like who even likes him?
I mean, that's the thing, like, there were so many people that were rooting for him, especially
Hmm.
in the beginning, and he just, like, I mean, there was that whole mod situation with, Morale coming in and just kinda pissing off all the mods. And, like, I don't sorry if my voice is trembling, if that's picking up, I'm, like, super nervous. Um,
Oh, how come?
but I don't know, I get nervous, like, public speaking and stuff.
Oh, this is barely public speaking. I've got like 2 viewers. I wouldn't worry about it.
I know. So this Hey, you're the next rising star, you're Soul Skibbity 2.0. I see
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Up and coming.
whoa! Two Soul Skibbity 2.0.
Yeah,
What the
I
fuck?
see it. But you kinda got that, like, Aryan, like, cherub vibe, and a
Soul
normie.
Skibbity is Dickers 2.0. Okay, even though he started streaming first, but we ignore that part. We ignore
Mm,
that part.
okay.
Oh my god.
But, oh, no, so something I don't think is super known
Hmm.
was that I was, very involved in that whole, like, mod fallout with the morale situation. Like, I don't
Okay.
even know if Romeo knows about that. I think I mentioned it to him before, but yeah, basically Himpleton was messaging me back and forth that whole time, and, like, he sent me the message that he sent the mods that he kicked and everything, like. And I was telling him, for the record, I was telling him that he needed to, like, organize a meeting with all the mods that had issues and just, like, hash it out.
Hmm.
But he was the one who was like, "I'm sick of this. Like, I've talked to them about this so many times. I'm over it." So I was really trying, but
Hmm. But what was the lead up to that? What was the lead up to that? Sorry.
So there was, and I kind of missed out on part of that because I was, I think, flagged pretty early on as like a Mrau defender, even though I was, like I did not like Mrau, and Mrau knows this. Like I hated Mrau up until very recently, up until basically I flipped sides. Just because he was, he was like mean to my friends, he was mean to Himpleton, he was mean to Cheer, who is
Morale?
she's yeah,
Mean?
yeah.
That doesn't sound like him at
I
all.
know. I know. I know. He was mean to me. Like I just,
It-
he pissed me off. And
how come
oh
you
god,
don't like morale? Because he look what it was. Is it just because he like was nasty to people, kind of in your kind of periphery, friends and stuff?
yeah, that, and I just kind of viewed him as like, kind of creeping his way into Himpleton's community, just kind of trying to steal the spotlight. And like, he kind of succeeded in doing that, and I love that for him. But
Hmm.
in the beginning, I was like, oh, this guy, he's just coming in, and like, I have those messages too, where I'm like, conspiracy theory behind the scenes, and I think I sent those to Morale. But
Mm.
yeah, I didn't know.
So
I
you
thought
were
he
the
was
leaker in the
terrible.
beginning. You're a double agent.
Ah,
Is
what
it
do you
fair?
mean?
Is that fair to
What
say?
time?
Or if you were sending morale leaks?
Did I send Morale leaks? I may
Oh,
have
sorry. I
sent
thought
Morale
that's what
leaks.
you just said.
I,
I might have misheard you.
oh
Sorry.
no, this was like no, this was early on. So
Oh, okay.
basically, yeah, everybody thought I was like super in with Morale, even though I hated him, just liked him for Himpleton's sake. And so I wasn't really included. I wasn't invited to the Morale hate server that I think Forest Cat made or whoever made. Like I wasn't included in that. Um yeah, like people hated him. Everybody hated him. There was a lot of like I think there were just like group chats about him that I wasn't included in, but I kind of got some insight from I don't want to say from somebody in the community. Um, was just like messaging me about it behind the scenes, and then I
Were they a
was relaying
streamer as
that
well?
information. No,
Okay. So they're I'm
this
guessing
is
they're a chatter or some kind of mod or something.
yeah, just unrelated person, really. Not important.
That's fine. That's fine.
Um, yeah, so I was,
I'm not pressing you for this. I was just clarifying, like, in the
oh
social
yeah,
dynamic, who is this person? Yeah.
yeah. No, just to be clear, they are nobody.
Okay, that's good.
Hmm.
Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, because
Yeah. No,
oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, because I chit chat
There
with
you go.
Morel sometimes. Like I watch his stream, sometimes in his chat. I think he's come on stream with me a couple times. I've gone on his stream, So we kind of kind of friendly together. But I don't know like any of this Himpleton lore. And I don't have the best view of Himpleton. Um, you know,
Um,
and yeah.
no,
So
I mean everybody liked him. Everybody thought he was fine in the
mhm,
beginning. Like he was just kind of a shitter. I think people gave him a lot of grace just because he was an extension of the community, and like him letting just random shitters call in all the time. I think that was really attractive to people.
mm, yeah, it's kind of I guess their way on
Yeah.
stream or whatever.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I think people really liked him. I'm trying to think of when it really started turning. Oh god, I should know the exact moment, but I can't picture it right now when
It's
everybody like
fine if you can't
flipped on
remember
him.
like exact specifics. Just like paint a picture, I guess.
Yeah, I mean behind the scenes it was like, we were tight. Like I considered him one of my closer friends, which yeah, I know sounds cringe, but like I've
That's
been
fine.
through a lot in the last year, so like having somebody that I could actually like, confide in was really cool. And it's still like I see him, crashing out and stuff, but I also hear that he's got like a job now and he's got like IRL friends. Like, yay. I feel like I'm winning because that's what I was telling him to do.
So has he completely given up on streaming being like a feasible option for him? I guess like career wise or like making money, or is he gonna ever return to
I
streaming or
don't know.
content creation?
I mean, can he? Like, yeah, he would have to switch, like, entirely what he covers. I don't even know what he could cover at this point, but yeah, I don't know. He goes on and I don't know. I don't think I've seen the most recent stream where he's been featured, but I know he goes on like Flatly streams or like AWT or whatever, but that's
Hmm.
about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
kind of
feels
hope
like
he,
he. Well, will he
yeah.
after the morale confrontation? I don't know if you watched that
Oh God, which one?
when morale called in to ask about his rapes.
Oh, that one. Was it the most recent one?
That
See, I don't
one.
know.
I can give you the
That
exact date
one.
actually because I think I
Um,
messaged Himpleton.
oh yeah, no, I was there for that.
Oh, okay.
Super fucked up. Super fucked up, but I will hold my position as the morality police in this
Yeah.
case. But yeah, I think, I don't think it matters, to be
Mhm.
honest. I mean, if he feels that he was raped at 11, let him feel that he was raped at 11 and let him, heal through that
Yeah.
trauma on his own,
I think
honestly.
morale it's probably just content. I think
Oh
whether
yeah.
it really
I mean,
was or really did happen, it's kind of I don't know if he's so concerned about that. To be fair,
oh yeah, no.
yeah.
No, I mean, it was like I didn't approve of it, but I will say that I thought it was, people thought it was funny. So,
The thing about I mean that
there's
is
that.
if I've ever seen like an obvious troll, it was morale calling
Mhm.
in to like interrogate him about his rapes. Obvious, he was messing with him. He was just trying to rile him up, get under his skin. He's trying to come back, and the one time he tries to like stand up, morale kind of kicks him back down or whatever. Um, you know,
See, my theory is he has this, like, terminal victim complex where he thinks that, like, being a victim somehow is gonna help him in his career. I mean, even with the ZV call,
hmm.
going back to that, there's no fucking way that he could have ever not expected that to be recorded and shared. Like,
Well, he
there's no
recorded
way.
it as
So
well,
I think oh, did he?
and he was talking to about other people first. He was sending clips around. Yeah,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, because
yeah.
he was sending clips around being like, "Oh, look at this fucked up thing this person did," and then he just shared
He's in the wrong
all of his
community if he thinks people are going to kind of take pity on him, whatever. This is the community where people like you know just kind of
again, I
raucously
mean,
like
that's
tear each other to shreds. I don't know.
yeah, I think again, that's what he's kind of I don't wanna say looking for, but I think if he just
To be
in
torn to
his mind,
shreds
if
or
he
what?
keeps yeah. No, and, like, if he keeps getting torn to shreds and then coming back and getting torn to shreds and coming back, I think at some point he expects people well, like with the ZV call, he expects people to feel bad for him and for that to be his like in to keep going.
Mm.
I don't
Here's the
know.
thing about the
My
ZV
theory.
call with Himpleton that I've been wondering.
Mhm.
To your mind, as somebody who knew him, so you're saying you think he tried to like, use that to like get more sympathy. Was he being legit and that was that a completely real crash out? Or was he kind of like playing with that a little bit and um I don't know, trying to like amp up feelings and like make it a big spectacle to make it watchable and make people like take pity on him, give him sympathy, or you know,
To my knowledge, it was real. Like he
okay.
never said anything to make me believe otherwise that I can recall. Um I think again, like I think honestly this is just speculation, but maybe there was a moment where he was like, "Hey," in his brain, in his twisted content brain, was like, "Hey, if I have a big emotional crash out, it's gonna be a huge spectacle, and that's gonna help me in some way."
Because
Because
correct me if
again,
I'm
like,
wrong, but that was 2 days, was it? After was it Xylee and
oh,
Beckett did like a
yeah,
fireside chat with him?
I missed that. I still need to go back and listen to that.
It's just it's quite oh my god, it's just it's hard to watch. Like even as someone who doesn't know Himpleton, it's like it's truly it just feels kind of like you're just watching three people kind of like poke a worm, and the worm is just kind of like wiggling about and like writhing and oh, you know what I
See?
mean?
Like, he's good at that. He's good at being a fucking worm, and then people just poke at him, and somehow he still survives.
But people who are
And that's
being good at
yeah.
worms end up being very very good at not being taken seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm sure, everything they said was everything multiple people have said to him behind the scenes for, like, weeks before then.
Yeah, I think
Just
what was that? That was like the third chat. Apparently, I think that people had with him. At least that's what I recall, anyway. Or was that the third? Yeah, I think it was the third, something like that. And in not too long a time, as a very very small creator, and then to do the exact same thing again, it just seems insane. Yeah. Speaking about people speaking to him behind the scenes, by the way, um, you've mentioned that like your he's got a job and he's got IRL friends and da da da. Do you think he's that's truthful, or do you think he's just saying that because that's what you want to hear and to kind of tell you exactly what you want to hear, like he is kind of want to do, like he's done all these other times. Um, and B, do you have like regular contact with him, or was that just a message to like check in?
well, I'm gonna address those in reverse if that's okay.
Totally fine,
Um,
whatever you want.
so first off, this is just information that I've gotten from streams. Like, I assume he feels exactly the way about me that he says he does, which
Mhm.
is not good. So yeah, I haven't talked to him. You know, I'd love to chat with him, but it would just be me being like, "Hey, I wish you were better," than him calling me a bad person. So, but oh god, what was the other
That's
thing?
This is the sorry. Go on, go on. I'm gonna have to write notes for questions. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I totally forgot the first part.
Oh, do you think he's actually genuine with these things, like getting
Oh,
IRL friends and starting a new job, or is that just what is that just what he he knows you want to hear?
I mean, honestly, like, until you asked that, I hadn't really questioned it.
Hmm.
So I hope it's true.
Yeah.
That's my hope. At the end of the day, you know, he hates me because I snaked him and shared information to people,
Mhm.
and I'll have to ask about that next, but yeah, no, I still just want the best for him, even though he is an idiot.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, drama's one thing, right? Like being like a kind of like you know
Oh,
a target of mockery or whatever, you know. But then like actually being like a real person. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, and, like, I there's this kind of scorned lovers tone, I know, because on, like, the whole Twitter thing, I kind of chimed in at one point when he was crashing out on Twitter or on X, and, I kind of alluded to him blowing me off about something,
Mm.
and I feel like I don't even remember where I was going with this. Um, yeah, there was a lot of, like, for me, personal stuff wrapped up in it, so I still feel kind of like, "Oh, it's my friend that did a stupid thing,"
Yeah.
you know? So I think that's kind of where that tone came from.
Mm.
Just to be
So
clear, we're not scorned lovers.
yeah. Look, I don't know how interesting this is content wise, but I think personally, it's
Mhm.
like online people, online interactions, relationships, whatever. It's only going to go so far. It's so easy to, lie or kind of present a certain figure online, and also people are so worried about leaks, and I just don't.
Mhm.
I don't think I could ever be like genuine like friends with people that I know online. It's just the dynamics
No.
there are just like insane. You know what I mean? So I just take just
Yeah, don't
I think
recommend it.
I'd say just like don't let yourself get like taken in that much. In my
Oh, yeah.
opinion,
Oh,
you know.
no, and, like, this is, just irrelevant Spoops lore, but I've been, like, working on myself a lot, so I'm still kind of redrawing those boundaries of, like, "Hey, how close is too close to get to somebody?"
Mm.
So, I mean, everybody in the slop knows that I love y'all.
True,
But
true.
no,
I mean, how could you
uh,
not, right?
I
Everyone
wanted
is so nice.
now they are. Oh my god, Mrao, he's toned it down so much, and I'm so proud of him. See, like, I can't even help it. I'm just like, "Oh, I'm so proud of him. He's doing so good." But I think honestly in the beginning, he was really putting on a front, and that's why it was coming in so strong, if that makes
Mm.
sense. 'Cause, I mean, in some of those early streams, and he'll probably agree that it was kinda cringe just to, like, dominate the stream and be, like, super aggressive. But now he doesn't do that so much, and it's like, "Oh, he's doing so good." But okay, pivot back. Do you know when the Beckett video on Himpleton's coming out?
Beckett.
Is that, like, soon?
Um, not gonna lie, I think he might have couched it.
Ugh,
I'm not 100% sure.
I hope not.
Don't take that as read.
Uh,
Um,
I hope not.
I've got like a 60% chance that in my mind that I think he mentioned something about, is it going to release? Is it not going to release? Da, 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 you know. Um, one sec. Sorry, pardon me.
No,
Um,
no, 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 because I know that was, like, Himpleton's big, like, comeback, potential comeback was
hmm,
through, responding to that, responding to all the points.
yeah, we'll
So I
see.
was
I
just
feel like it might be
waiting
the
for
Mr.
that.
Beast stuff, but if Dogpack never made his last video, do you know what I mean? Like Jimmy would have never responded. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, um, I guess
Yes.
changing tracks a little bit to maybe like newer ground. Um, I mean, I know you say like you got a boyfriend and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't want to like pry into like personal relationships you got or anything. But obviously, you messaging somebody online, talking to them a lot, da da da. Like everyone likes like attention, or was there ever like any kind of interest in Himpleton?
No, 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 not beyond a friend. No, I'm older than him, and I've never really been interested in guys that are younger than me, and especially somebody I don't know. I don't wanna be like I don't know.
No, it's
I
fine.
wanna be
You're a
like,
woman. He's
"Oh,
a guy, right?
super." Yeah, but even early on and, like, my boyfriend he's awesome, and it just it I don't wanna sound mean, like, Himpleton, he seems super nice, and he's like I'm, like, letting him down softly, but I don't know, like, I've told Morale I'm at, like, a different phase in my life than someone like Himpleton,
Yeah,
and so, yeah, no,
that's totally fair. Yeah.
no.
Just for context, you don't have. Well, fuck. 1 second. I've got a. Don't know.
Spoops,
Sorry to
you lied
interrupt.
to
Pardon
me
me.
too many times. Now
Oh,
you're
okay.
lying to dicks?
Okay. Thank you, Himpleton, for the $3. Himpleton says, "Spoops, you've lied to me too many times. Now you're lying to dicks."
Did he really say that? Is that
No, I think
real?
that's just. I think somebody can just write in a random nickname.
Like, "Oh my god, what did I lie about? I only lied about, like, 2 things, okay? Those are out."
Oh,
He still
well then
hasn't
that's boring.
admitted that he lied.
What
He
did you
still
lie
hasn't
about,
admitted
and what
that
did
he
he lie
lied to
about?
me. So, I lied about the leaks because he asked me straight up, he's like, "Did you leak,
Mhm.
the server list?" And I said no. So that was a lie, obviously, and then anything related to that obviously was a lie. trying to think if there's anything else off the top of my head. No. But I was still in contact with him when I was like starting to leak stuff, because somebody came into my DMs and was like, hey, what do you have? And once I got confirmation that he lied to me, that's when I started leaking stuff.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically,
So just to clarify,
like,
I guess, why did you kind of end up leaking? Like full motivation. Obviously, that might be like one aspect of it, but I guess maybe you want to like answer in full.
Yeah, multiple reasons for sure. I was. It kind of goes back to the scorned lovers thing. Like, I was mad that he had. I was again got too close with somebody online, but there was a personal thing that I was going through that I had confided in him about, and he was like, hey, if you ever need to talk about it, I'm here. I just want to make sure that you know that I'm here for you. Just call me if you need anything. And then finally I was like, hey, it's time. Like, I need you. He, it was when I think it was right after the ZV call happened, but hadn't leaked yet. If that
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense. It was like
Yeah. I know
right
that.
in that period. And so he was like completely checked out at that point. I was like, hey, this sucks because now I don't have anybody to talk to this about because the person, Anyways, but that's a whole complex thing. So that's one reason. Then he lied about. So I knew that he was like talking to Morale about me behind the scenes. And there's one instance that I'm like, I just know about, but I'd have to like go through live stream logs to confirm. So I don't think that's possible. But, the more recent instances were confirmed by Morale. And I asked Templeton straight up, like, hey, did you talk to Morale about me? And he was like, no, I don't know what I would have said to him. I've liked you this whole time, because that's when because I had like a minor crash out about Morale. Where I like left Himpleton's, like, this was before the secret server. I like left the main server. I was super pissed at him because I thought he was like working with Morale again after
You've
they
lied much more,
like
but I
stopped,
forgave you. Now you're lying
being
on this
in
stream.
each other's
Leave and call
communities.
me
They had
or
like a
I'll
big
show
falling
everything.
out. Sorry if this is hard to follow.
No,
I'm
sorry.
like remembering
I've
it as
just been
I'm saying
distracted. I've
it.
just got another donation. Himpleton
Oh,
donated 5. You've lied much more, but I forgave you. Now you're lying on this stream. Leave and call me, or I'll show everything. Thank you, fake Himpleton.
He doesn't have everything. He said himself that he doesn't have all the DMs anymore.
Who does he not have the
Well,
DMs with?
Oh, me. Sorry, I should have been more clear. Less exciting. So I think he just has my side of the DMs, and he deleted all of his DMs. That's like one of the main reasons why this is so stupid, but the whole like lyrics like subreddit thing, that's kind of the main reason why I just left in all of my responses. So I was like, hey, all this cringe, if I leak his half, he can leak my half, and then, so just better to get it all out there. But yeah, so he doesn't have his DMs, which I don't really think the rest of the DMs I have are anything like super damning, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Fair play. Fair play. Yeah. Shit. Okay. Do you feel like you got all your I guess kind of like motivations for stuff?
Right. Let's see. Lie to me. Yeah, I think. Yeah, honestly, I was just sick of it. Really. And he started like There are a couple. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background, like running around.
I could hear something shuffling about.
That's her. She's a big girl. When she moves, the whole apartment shakes. But what was I saying?
Jesus Christ.
Himpleton. She's, against all of my efforts to keep her slim, she just gets bigger. But anyways, Himpleton. Oh, what was I saying?
I guess you were saying about like
Why?
or
Oh, yeah.
expanding more fully on your kind of like motivations for leaks.
Behind the scenes, there were a couple points where, like I said earlier, I was basically like begging for him to stop. Because, I mean, and we had like a very brief call, and I actually yelled at him in a voice call in the secret server. This was like right before I left.
The secret server, just to explain.
Secret server was the server that he made. This is the one that the list that I leaked. This is that one. So it had like burn in it. I think that's the one name that I'm gonna say for certain. It had burn in it.
Okay.
Because burn was in that call too. And like I was in there and, basically just like kind of snapped and yelled at him. And there were a couple points in DMs where I was like, hey, if you keep like disappearing and then doing all this shit, I can't do this anymore. And him just being like, oh, fine. Like, you can just leave too. Very dramatic. If it seemed like scorned lovers in public, it was very much scorned lovers behind the scenes. So much drama.
Fair play.
But
I
yeah.
don't know if you were done with that. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just confirming that he lied was kind of, that was the end of it for me.
Because I was wondering, especially with him being like apparently incredibly like, I don't know, aggressive with you over DMs, or at least getting heated and like, calling you names, or all this other stuff. At least from what I've noticed, this
with other people? With other
I thought
people?
with you.
Oh no, not like, I mean,
Himpleton? No?
like he would. Yeah, no, not like super aggressive with me. No, he never. I don't think he, because
I mean like
no.
words,
We
but
were in contact.
calling
Yeah.
you names or stuff like that.
Like, no, he never called me names. Which is, it still cracks me up to hear him call me such like a silly, horrible things online. It's like just a string of the worst words he can think of, apparently.
But that's that's what I mean in terms of like being, really kind of like, or I guess like shit talking, but probably quite like nastily. Is that fair?
Like to me? You mean?
Or about you, or to you, or
In my DMs to me? Sorry.
don't worry.
I
Or
no,
in
he
servers
was
and
not saying anything. He was not talking nastily. He, basically it was like, if you don't like the way things are going, you can leave. That was kind of the tone for the most part at the end, but he never was like nasty to me beyond that.
Fair play. I guess this might be totally unrelated then. My vibe, at least, has been on live streams and in calls and all the rest. Himpleton is like very, very meek, very conciliatory, tries to like get a lot of pity and whatever. But then in DMs, he seems quite vicious. Like he seems to have like a little bit of a nasty streak. Off the top of my head,
He's
I
very
can't.
catty. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh, you just
he's
described that to
definitely
like cattiness.
catty. Yeah, I would say that.
That's fair.
He's,
That's fair.
but yeah, like he's quick to, I would say he's definitely quick to shit talk somebody in DMs, but nothing like vile necessarily.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Beckett did just get back to me. He says he's still working on it, the video on Himpleton, but he's not sure when it's going to drop. So it's still in the
Let's
pipeline.
go.
Yeah.
Nice. I love when somebody like makes a commentary video about a topic that's like 4 months old. It's like,
Beckett,
oh right. Oh,
Beckett
sorry.
always makes good videos though, so it's usually worth the wait. You said at the very least. Fuck. Another donation.
I
We
think I
want
agree
Cunny.
with you. Oh,
Himpleton, thank you for the donation. Tip $3, and he says, "Me want Cunny." Interesting.
nice.
Has this
Nice.
ever been a thing he's shown before?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Just to clarify,
I
I
don't know
forgot
if
to ask you this earlier. You don't have to share, obviously. Do you share publicly how old you are? And I don't know how old Himpleton is.
I'm 29. I think he's 25. That's my best
Okay.
guess. You just make that face about me being 29. Yes, I know I'm old, okay? I
Spoops,
know.
your
God.
eggs. You've got to think about the eggs. No, I'm joking.
If selling them was easier, believe me, they would be gone.
I promise you, this is, from the bottom of my misogynistic heart. Any age you would have said over 25, I would have made a face, okay? Don't worry about
Ah, woo,
it.
that's okay.
There we are.
That's okay.
Um,
I like feeling old. I'm so used to feeling young, so it's nice to feel old.
yeah, I look older than I am, so I definitely get it. Don't worry about it.
How old are you?
I'm 23. But in
Uh,
my second year of
23.
university, I once had a friend who was a year older than me, convince a group of girls that I was a mature student and that I was 27. Right, at the time I was 19. Not good. Not good. Anyway.
Nice. 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 I mean, I'd say you look 23. You
That's
have a
good
great
then.
hairline.
My
Like, yeah, you look great.
my
But I
God.
know these things now. I know these things.
About hairline, sorry. Oh yeah, older me.
Yes. No, my boyfriend he's all about his hair and everything, so I know all
Yeah, you
about
get to
it.
a certain age and you start worrying about it. Yeah, yeah. um, I guess. Oh, yeah. I did have this question. You mentioned a crash out about morale. I didn't. I don't know if you wanted to like expand upon that a little bit more, or give like a context for like how that happened, or I don't know if you want to talk about it publicly. So if you don't want to, that's totally fine.
No, and I think it kind of speaks to like how much I like I learned to love morale. Like he was an acquired taste for sure, but I until the end I was like, "Hey, I don't like, the way you make Himpleton feel. So therefore, we're not cool." And like him and Himpleton had a big falling out at that point, so they were very much not cool. So I was like, "Hey, morale sucks because I'm just choosing to be on Himpleton's side for it." It was like internet drama too. Like I'm just gonna pick a side. It's gonna be Himpleton's side, and now I'm on
Right.
Morale's side. But so what had happened was Himpleton said on a stream that he was I think script writing or something for Amos. I don't know if you know who that is. You're
I
familiar
don't.
with
Sorry, no.
Amos?
You catch me up.
Oh. He's just like I think he's in the ACC. I'm not super sure,
Oh dear.
but I know him and Morale at least they don't seem to be as tight. Like I don't know for sure, obviously, but for a while it was like, if Morale was on Himpleton's stream, Amos was also on Himpleton's stream. They just were kind of like a package deal, basically. So
Hmm.
what had happened was Himpleton said that he was doing script writing for Amos. and I had somehow interpreted that as he was doing script writing for Morale.
Right.
And I think I had like asked in the chat, I was like, oh, are you working with him again? You know, just like didn't get the right question out at all. And he was like, yeah, like I'm, working with him again. And then that's when I was like, I thought he was working with Morale. And at that point, I was like, wow, you just keep going back to these people that are, not good for you. And so I was like, hey, I'm done. I'm over it. Can't do this anymore. And that's why I just kind of I would call it was a very short crash out. It was like less than 12 hours, I think, but I was like super mad.
Fair play. I mean,
And
you've got
his
to sleep
DM, like,
sometime,
I
right?
can,
So the crash out is going to
yeah,
end.
exactly. And like I have, like I have a job and stuff. Like I don't work from home and I can't cry about not getting to be like a Reddit moderator and stuff. I don't have time anymore. Or
Because
hang
that
on.
was lyrics, is that right?
Right.
See, I know a little
Yes.
bit of your lore. There we go.
That was and that whole thing, I don't know if that it matters getting into it. It was super embarrassing. I
Mhm.
shouldn't have said that. I was just openly complaining about not getting to make a subreddit for a YouTuber that I modded
Mhm.
for. Just on a weekday, just casually being, butthurt about that.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't be. And lyrics is great. And I stand by what I said in that message where I was like, hey, I appreciate his commitment to the truth. He's awesome.
Mhm.
But,
That's fair.
and I could go into that more too if you want. It's not super interesting, but I don't
No, I
know.
mean, yeah, feel free to go, I guess, go into whatever you want. Also, I did want to, before I forget, you did
Sure.
mention about saying tomorrow, if you're not going to do stuff that's good for you, da da da. What wasn't good for him? Like, what not good for him? How?
Oh, that was in regards to Himpleton like returning to like work with morale
Mm,
specifically. And at that point, because I was on the back end of most of the morale crash outs.
mhm,
So I got to see, I got to read because it was all in DMs, just kind of like him being like, I don't know how I can do this. Like, this is so difficult.
mm,
Like, just him completely falling apart.
mm,
It's so, in my mind, I was like, hey, you're returning, this is just a pattern of you going back and like begging for more punishment and then crashing out, and I can't do it anymore. And then,
mm.
history shows that he did that again multiple times after that. But I mean, if I could just really quickly, like, I don't have an excuse for the lyrics stuff. Obviously, it was cringe and it shouldn't have happened. And I wish it hadn't happened because it was cringe and I hate that there's cringe about me. But, so, if I can explain,
Feel free.
um,
You've got all the space you want. All right.
thank you. So I basically had in my mind, so this is purely my side of the events. I had come to the understanding that chat, myself, and lyrics, there was like a specific stream where this happened, and like I don't have clips or anything. I haven't gone back and looked for it. But we discussed, because I brought up that I used Reddit, and I do, I'm a Redditor. Not so much anymore. What? Good
No,
stuff on
it's
there.
fine. Go
Anyway,
on.
it's
I need
so
to stop
big.
making
There
faces.
can't
I'm
not be
sorry.
good
Go on.
stuff. I know, I can see you. It's not fair.
I know.
Um, so I made the comment that I used Reddit, and that was the time, the subreddit was starting to be, well, it was being discussed as a possibility. It hadn't occurred yet.
Mhm.
And, it was like, oh, well, Spoops uses Reddit. Why doesn't Spoops do it? And I was like, yeah, I guess I can do it. And then I made it, right? I was like, again, I'm almost a 30-year-old
Made it.
woman. I got
The
excited
actual
about making
the
yeah,
subreddit itself.
not the one that's in use right now.
Oh, okay.
I made one. I made our lyrics, the one, infamous our lyrics.
Oh,
Because
because right now it
again,
uses
like
lyrics
you know,
live. Is that right?
yeah, and I wish
Right.
that
Okay.
I wish I could transfer the name over, but I mean, this one's good too.
Hmm.
Whatever. But so
And
I got
how
excited.
come they didn't use your, especially if you've got like the Reddit name? Why did they not
Oh,
just
we're
agree
going
to
there.
have you on the
We're
mob
getting there.
team?
We're getting there. Hang on. Hang on.
Sorry.
We gotta get through. We're getting there. So I got excited about making a stupid subreddit because I was a loser 30-year-old woman working from home, and I was like, yo, this is fun. And so I made it. And I was like, oh, and I was excited about I was like, hey, let's contact what's her name? Deja, I think, the channel artist, the old channel artist. I was like, hey, maybe I don't know, like I don't remember what her standing was in the community at that point. I don't remember if she's like controversial or not. I was like, hey, it would be cool if there was some original art. So I like reached out to her and I sent like Lyrics' email. So I was like, hey, if I send him an email, he'll probably see it because he saw the last email I sent him. So like, hey, and it's like super cringe. I still have it. Where I'm just like, hey, here's all my ideas for the subreddit that I made. Let me know when you sign up, let me know what your name is and blah blah blah, and I can make you the owner, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's great. And so he never got back to me about it. Someone else made a subreddit.
Mhm.
And then I was like, man, I wasted my time. That's a bummer. And so that's where I was a little bit butthurt. But I mean, again, it's not even his fault. And like, it's all like volunteer based. Like everything is at will. Like I, my cringe comments, I don't know if you know the message I'm referring to specifically.
I don't. Um,
If I
how
had it.
did you want to send it to me? I can maybe show it on stream and read it. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to.
I'm gonna look at it just for context.
Okay.
But
I
basically, I made a
appreciate that.
comment
Thank you.
about how, yeah, if somebody else has it faster than me, please feel free. I don't know where it is, but I will find it. It's in here somewhere. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I made a comment about unpaid labor. It's not. It's all volunteer stuff. Everybody is there at will, and
Mhm.
I was more, I think, frustrated that I just had like wasted my own time getting excited about a subreddit. And then I
Yeah.
just complained to Himpleton about it and made it sound like it was Lyrics' fault, which is cringe, but
Right.
I sighed.
Mm. Clarifying question. Are you a
Yes.
Marxist?
Eh,
Is it Comrade
I don't
Spoops?
know. I'm more, I mean, they've been weird lately about the whole like Israel-Palestine situation, but
Okay.
I would I mean, just like political leanings I know are all over the place, especially on the internet, but I
That's
would call
fair.
myself more of like a democratic socialist.
Oh, fair play. Like a
So
Bernie Sanders type kind of thing.
yeah, I mean he's a sock dem, different,
Yeah, I know. I know.
different.
Well, he calls himself a dem sock sometimes.
Oh, okay.
He gets a little fruity with it. Same with AOC. Americans. Oh dear.
Oh
Are you
gosh,
Jewish?
she's got the spirit. No, I'm
Okay,
not
sorry.
Jewish.
I was just wondering because of the Israel Palestine stuff.
Oh no, I mean I am a Holocaust scholar, so I know a lot about the
I was
Judaism.
expecting the
It
words
just kind
denier
of goes
then.
hand in hand.
Just that's to clarify.
No, no,
That's not a good place to pause, all right? The words are either
no,
denier or survivor, and I don't think you're a survivor.
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure. I was like, if I mess up this word, then if I mess up a smart word, I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
No, don't worry, don't worry. Um,
You know how it goes.
okay, yeah. I guess
Yeah, and like, yeah.
it sounds like I'm getting, well, this is like
I
way
mean,
off
I'm
topic,
not like,
but I guess well, sorry.
uh, oh, I just did like briefly address. I'm like a Holocaust scholar, but I'm like a uh, genocide prevention is my field of like my professional field. So all the way free Gaza.
Hmm. Well,
Fucking horrible. Anyways,
if you're gonna prevent anything, it's probably good.
don't kill people.
Soy nod, soy nod.
Somebody, whoever's got the dog right now, dog warts. They need to get busy. Solve some issues. Come on, let's go.
Uh,
Hey, maybe
fuck.
maybe I am a Marxist because I'm like, all right, whoever's got the dog for the benefit of everyone,
Shag the dog
get
infinite
in there.
times.
Yes, let's make a line. Everybody get in there.
Jesus.
And like when
For the
to
people.
stop. Anyways, for the people. Sorry.
Or I guess it sounds like
I'm gonna
you're
send you something.
super duper. I guess that well, this might sound mean, but I don't mean it this way. I mean, like you seem like
Yeah.
relatively emotionally invested in like the space, or at least kind of excited about the idea about like getting involved, being involved in the subreddit, like stuff like that. How much did you? I guess when did you enter the space? Or let me think about how I want to ask that. Um,
When did I start being active? Kind of.
yeah. I guess like okay. So how did you get into like I guess the commentary space? Especially being a woman, being like not like a 14-year-old.
Yep.
And I guess why do you think reject this if you think this isn't proper? But why do you feel like you got kind of emotionally kind of drawn in? Is it a specific
I
time in
mean,
life? Like what's going on? What's going on? You know what I mean?
so I like I don't know. I've been on the internet for a long time. Like I was on, I'm old. I was on Gaia back in
You're not
2007.
old.
I was on 4chan in 2008. Like
Jesus.
I've been on the internet for a while and like I don't know, I love it. Like I love just the communities and the like interrelationships and how people speak. It's again, it's like goes into what I'm into outside of the internet kind of. So I'm like super passionate about the internet, beyond the internet, but I don't know, I like it. And I'm such a proximity person too. I think that's why I get so emotionally invested. I'm like, hey, if I'm here, I'm gonna be 100% here, you know?
Oh, I get what you mean. Right.
So, and that's like, it came at a bad time too. I think the Himpleton thing, and this is just me rambling, so stop me whenever. But
Okay.
I had just finished, I had finished reading this great essay on, like just different, like internal conflict resolution methods. So like, and as like kind of dedicating yourself to mediation and everything. So I was like, hey, what if I started incorporating, more of myself emotionally and just like, my personality basically? Because I was a lurker for years. I was like super active. And then I basically was just a lurker for like, oh God, it sounds so weird, but like a decade. No,
No,
that's
that's
not
normal.
true.
Yeah.
Less than that. Less than that. Maybe like 7 years. And then,
Okay.
okay, so this
So you came in
specifically,
after the Leafy kind of era.
I see. I'm trying to think because I think I was watching Drama Alert, excuse me,
Mhm.
in 2011. That
Wow.
feels
Okay.
right. Yeah, like I'm old, and like I was super like iDubbbz era.
Mhm.
Like I And that's, I think, kind of one of the main leading factors of how I kind of looped back in here, because I had a big like social justice phase for a minute. So I was like, like super like animal rights, like let's go do activism stuff and like, protesting different things.
How did you
And
get into
then
commentary from
like,
there?
well,
That feels like
see,
the opposite,
I
if
kind of had a
anything.
I know. So I kind of had the like I started to go down the pipeline a little bit in like 2014, I want to say.
Mhm.
2014 through like no, maybe later than that. I would say like 2015 through 2018, I started going down the pipeline just cuz I don't know if you've ever done any activism or been around like activist communities or
Mhm.
if you can just imagine, but they're fucking worse. Talk about oh my god, self-policing, just,
Especially
to
left-wing stuff. I've
one
heard it's pretty
degree. Yeah.
in-groupy, out-groupy, cliche, kind of,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's basically, like, how much can you martyr yourself, you know, perception-wise, like, physical-wise, like, how much
Yeah.
can you, like, make it known that you're dying for the cause? Anyway,
Yeah.
so I kind of bounced back from that, went super down not super down, but started to go down, the pipeline, super into like this is so silly to say. This is Spoops lore, so just stop me again. This is super irrelevant to anything, but just stop me.
I was just wondering how you got
Okay.
into commentary. So I'm fine with the law.
Okay. But yeah, just like I don't know, because I'm so fascinated by like extremism on any side.
Mhm.
So like, God, I remember listening to Milo Yiannopoulos' book on audiobook and just being like, this is so profound because he's so different, but like not in a good way, if that makes sense. And it's just all that shit is just so fascinating to me. Like, how can you be so like out
His
there and
book,
like,
what was that?
oh, it's well, it's got a slur in the title, but it's like dangerous F word.
Yeah, I know the one you talking
You know
about.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's I love him though, but I just love his like flamboyance forever. He's so dramatic. Like, I hate everything about him except for the way that he presents himself, except for recently.
Mhm.
I love like, 2010s era Milo Yiannopoulos. Ugh. Mwah. Just the best. Provocateur. Uh. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting off track. But so
That's fine.
recently I got into this commentary community through the Mama Max stuff
Mhm.
specifically because
Oh, so
I
back in
was
like
in a
January of last
community.
year, is that right?
Yeah, like super recent. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So right before that, I was in the community of a smaller commentator. Like I say, it was separate just because I wasn't like watching anybody that I watch
Mhm.
now. I wasn't like watching Chud or Diorio or I think I was watching Tom back then. But I
Turkey
think I
Tom.
didn't
Somehow
realize that,
everyone does.
yeah. Well, because I'm super into like lolcows. That's kind of like my morbid fascination is lolcows, and
Yeah.
back then he was like covering them a lot more. I think he
Hmm.
still is covering them pretty consistently, but back then it was like he was, one of the major like commentators on like Cyrax, and I
Yes.
was all over that because I love horror and everything, and so that's how I got into the Mama Max situation was because I came from the horror community. So like I was super big fan of Nexpo. Wasn't a huge fan of Max, really, just because I felt like his videos didn't cover the things I was interested in,
Yeah.
you know? It's like there's you either love him or you hate him, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's where I came from, was that. And then I don't remember how I started chatting in Lyrics' streams. I think it's just because he was covering the Mama Mac stuff and he had that interview. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yep. And then the rest is history. Pretty
Fair
much.
play.
See, it's super boring, but
It's fair play. It's just interview, whatever. Don't worry about it.
oops, lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Is there anything you felt like you wanted to, I guess, bring up unprompted? Any kind of questions that you wish that I'd, would have asked you? I've got more questions, don't worry, but,
I don't believe so. No. Just to be clear, I am employed and I have a life. I promise.
That's fine.
It might not seem this is to the masses at this point. I'm addressing everyone.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Oh, Colton.
Yes.
I've been told there is
Oh my
something
God.
about you and Colton.
Oh, okay. So I feel
That's it. That's an
bad.
odd
Okay, I
sound. I
do
didn't
feel
expect
bad.
that.
Great.
Don't
I
feel
know.
bad. The brakes are
I
off.
feel terrible.
Don't hedge.
No, like
Okay, he can defend himself. He's
feel
a big boy.
I I feel bad about the situation, not necessarily like my response. Because okay, to clarify, Himpleton had a stream. Colton hadn't been on stream, I'm pretty sure, since the guitar solo video.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
So was this after being dressed down by Chud or before?
Yes, this was after. Oh,
Okay.
but the most beautiful fireside chat. Oh my God. Forever my favorite.
I don't know if that was fireside chat. That was more bullying, but yeah.
Well, like, halfway through, you could tell Chud just kind of like crumpled a little bit. And he was like, oh, this is just a sad man. This isn't like. Anyways, so this was the first time I believe that he'd made an appearance since then. So I was like, oh my God, Colton's here. I was on the stream. I had my camera on. It's like, Colton, hey, like turn your camera on. Like, let's see you. Because, I was like, hey, like content. And
By the way, do you want to turn your
I
camera
think
on
I was,
now? You can. It's totally up to you.
no, I'm
You don't
good.
have
The
to.
lighting's
Yeah, that's fine.
terrible. It's nighttime here.
Yeah.
If it was daytime, sure, but my lamp makes me look like a vampire or something. Like a dead person.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Oh, wait. So Colton, I don't remember. I think it was the same stream, maybe not, but he came on while I was on stream and asked if he could groom me. And I remember being like super high, just being like, it's the funniest thing I could say right now. I was like, hey Colton, I'm older than you, so I can groom you instead. So that has yet to happen. I don't know if I need to like reach out or what, but I don't know
still
who
waiting for that
initiates
DM.
filming in this game. Yeah, still waiting. He's busy though. He's got his own shit going on.
He's got his own harem. It's still building.
Yeah.
But there is a spot left for you. It's gathering dust. It's got like a little placeholder name. Spoops. It's got its cobweb coming off the side.
God, it's like me, old Dusty. But so Colton, I'm pretty sure there was like a falling out between him and Himpleton. Honestly, if I like badmouthed anybody behind the scenes, it was because they had a falling out with Himpleton, probably. And then I feel bad because he said on a stream or something, he said something to the tune of like, I thought we were cool, and then Spoops like talk shit about me behind the scenes. So I like Colton. I admire his moxie.
His
He's got
moxie,
it
his
going.
gumption.
He's gumption. He's got
Full of
he's got
spunk.
maxed out gumption. Yeah.
I've heard that about Colton. Have you heard that as well? He's full of spunk.
I mean, I believe it. Oh my god.
Okay.
One of the biggest gainers in the community.
Stupid fucking meme. Okay. Fuck. Sorry, just got another. Got a donation. Just gotta read out real quick. Where the fuck is the right thing? Oh my god. Why didn't that read out on TTS? Colton, tip $5. Thank you, Colton. Kel was there. At least she can prove you're lying, dusty and fat. Bleep Himpleton. I don't know what the bleep is.
Bleep.
I'm gonna be real, it might be the N word. But you donated $5 to say it, so thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That is true. I am dusty and
we've
fat.
hit the dono goal for the stream. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. I appreciate it, Spoops. Thank you.
You did it. It warms my heart to see how generous everybody is.
Yeah,
It's like,
the community is genuinely super nice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everybody's like shitters, but I don't know. I'll always come back, I think, as everybody's like, nobody wants to admit it, but people care about each other. And it's really sweet. Or maybe that's just me being, oh, go for it.
Have you seen the Kinetic Cal interview with Colton?
Oh, which one? Where she interviewed Colton?
Colton, fuck me. Himpleton.
Oh my god. I think I've seen part of it. I think I've seen when Beckett comes in, but I guess there's
Have you
more
seen
to
where he
it than
talks about
that.
you?
I think I remember him dropping a line about me being like a disgusting clout-hungry whore or something.
Would you like
Is
to
that what
review
you're
it together? Just so we can get the exact words.
Yes.
Obviously, here on the Dickers live stream, we like to get the facts, okay? Speculation? Nuh-uh. We're getting the direct words from the horse's mouth.
Please.
I don't know if you can tell, I am blathering to
Oh no,
spend
sorry I
the
never
time.
sent you that DM, by the way. Sorry, I never sent you that DM. I forgot to look for it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm trying.
I can share this.
Oh my
I can share
god.
my screen with you if you'd like, just so you can hear it at the same time.
Please.
Give me 1 second. Oh, don't mind Babka as well. She's she just hates the delay. So yeah. Also, not a fan of Minecraft parkour. Very weird. 1 second.
Oh god, I could get lost in those videos so easily.
Would be Spoops.
It's just like endless parkour videos.
It's actually quite distracting while you're trying to speak to somebody. It's just like, look and just watch it go over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? Are you listening? Are you in the stream?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. I'll hit play.
Only name that I would name would be Spoops, who is a disgusting, like, icy clout whore bitch. And I don't even think I have any other names. That's the main one.
I was this close to getting Twitter to like figure out what was going on the other day. What happened on the stream the other night?
Yeah, so it wasn't on a stream. Basically, what happened was, I started my new job this week, and
okay. If you want, it's not playing for you guys. Fuck, apparently it's not playing for stream.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, 1 second.
I mean, it's pretty short. It's the one where he calls me, what did he say? A disgusting, icy cloud whore bitch. That's that one.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay, apparently it is playing. Sammy, you're on thin ice. Alright? You've muted the stream because you're listening to the call. I know what's happened, okay? Anyway. Yeah. So,
Also, really
icy
quick,
clout whore bitch. Sorry.
yes, Soul Skibbity has requested to call in. He says he has an important question.
I
If
very much
there's a
doubt it, but I'll
convenient
let him in
time.
2 seconds. Just, I guess, give your thoughts
Your
on that,
turn.
and
I mean, he seems to be very upset about it if he's saying such mean things. I think it's funny
but I
in
guess
a
there's not
weird
really
way.
much more you can say to just like a straight insult.
Oh, but why me? Why am I the most horrible person? God damn. That's what I want to know. Like, why am I the one who's like the icy cloud whore bitch? You know, I could be one of the icy cloud whore bitches, but why do I have to be the only one? You know?
Well,
But
it doesn't
it's
necessarily mean that you're
his
the
life.
only one. You're just like the main one, you know?
That's the main
You're
thing.
the ice queen. There we go. Anyway, we'll get
Yeah,
Soul
ice
Skibbity in here.
queen.
Soul Skibbity,
Yes.
I trust you with my live stream, okay? I need to go for like 2 seconds. Ask a question. I will be listening, okay? I trust you, okay? He better be fucking there. I swear to God. Oh, he is. Good bad.
Spoops.
Hi.
Spoops, I miss you.
Hi, Soul Skibbity.
This better be
Hello.
fucking important.
It is really important. Yeah, so my question, Spoops, is where are you? Well, what are you doing these days? I haven't spoken to you in a while.
What do you mean? Like, just in general?
Where are you, Spoops?
I'm like, IRL, I don't know.
Are you not being a fat whole bitch anymore?
No, I've started reading again.
What
Like
have
a
you been
lot.
reading?
Well, I just finished this really good. Oh God. Nobody wants to know what I've been reading.
I wanna
It's
know.
boring shit.
I want to know.
Tell us your book.
My favorite book is Of
so
Mice and Men.
No one cares about what your favorite book is. That's a book for middle
Fuck
schoolers.
up,
Spoops,
Sammy.
what's your favorite
Shut the
book?
fuck up. Sammy, you're a stupid bitch.
You're like 15. Spoops, what is your favorite book? What is the book you're reading now?
Sammy, you
the
sound
book I'm
black.
reading
Shut the fuck
now.
up. Yeah, that's
Well, I
right.
just finished a
Pipe
book.
down, bitch.
I just finished a it's very like frou-frou, but I just finished a book by one of the bigger like conflict resolution people, William Ury. It's called
Not William Afton. Not William Afton.
No.
It's
Oh.
called Possible.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
Sammy,
about
can
kind
you
of
go
like
back on mute?
reimagining
You go back
conflict.
on mute, all right? I'm not talking to you. No one's talking to you.
I wanted to know the name of the book. Also, read Intercourse by Andrea Dworkin. Okay, I'm going back on
Ooh,
mute.
thank you.
It's so good. I'll send you the PDF.
You're such a woman, Sammy. Holy fuck.
Ooh, I
Soul
also
Skibbity, are you
actually
scaring the
just read.
hoes?
No, I'm
is.
talking to Spoops.
He's being
Sammy's
weird
just
and
being a
wild.
bitch.
You told Sammy
Sammy's
she
just being a
sounded
bitch.
black,
Yours.
and then called her a
Yeah,
bitch.
she does. Yeah. What's wrong? Problem?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chill.
This is a wholesome
Sammy's
thing.
nice. She's just chatter.
Yeah, because you are chasing for Sammy, dude.
actually,
Just like
She lives on the
I
other side
chase,
of the fucking planet, dude.
just like
so
I
I have a
chase.
question for you. So,
What's your question?
why do you think Himpleton hates me the most, apparently, and calls me
Because you're an
cloud
icy,
whore bitch?
because you're an icy clout hole bitch. Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. Dude, I don't
fine.
know.
That's the
Maybe it's because he confided in with you about the Reddit, and it turned out, yeah.
he.
And then like,
If I could also.
and then you didn't fucking mass defend him. Maybe that's why. Let's talk about the Reddit
So-
spook. That was really cringe.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. We
It's
talked about
not
it.
a good look
It
for me.
was.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm out
he
right now.
apparently he told somebody that we'd bonded over that specifically.
Yeah, he said you bonded over the shared trauma of being cucked by lyrics or some shit. Yeah.
Which, like,
It's,
I mean, the messages are out there. That's the most we talked about it. To my knowledge, like, if anything else, it was over live stream, but I don't think I was on streams at that point. Like, that was it.
it just looks cringe from both of your parts.
I
You-
know.
Spoops,
I
Spoops,
know.
you know
This
who,
was
you know who
addressed.
poked you? Do you know who coked you out the Reddit? You know who did that? It was Maury. You know who Maury is?
Yeah, yeah. Good for
Yeah,
me.
she's the one. She's the one who coked you out the Reddit, Spoops. Are we gonna get a cat fight now?
Nobody cucked me out of the Reddit. Okay.
Well, yeah, because Maury made one and sent it to Lyrics, and he picked that one over yours.
I mean, mine would have taken more work anyways, and if Maury just said, like, "Here you go," I think that's kind of what
Spoops,
he was looking for.
you're too nice, Spoops. I miss you.
Come
Aw.
back home,
I'm-
Spoops.
I'm-
Come back home.
Yeah, Spoops, I haven't spoken to you in so long. We had a
Spoops,
VC.
stay
We had a
away.
VC. Right. You know, we sat on a VC call, not just me and you, like a bunch of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
Yeah, I miss you, Spoops. I'm an OG Spoops fan, guys. I've known Spoops
see,
for months.
I was supposed to be a Bowblacks mod with you, and then he never
you were?
modded me.
Oh,
Remember
that is
that?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, if
I remember
I still hold to this day, if I had been modded, I mean, it would have robbed us all of content, but I think I could have stopped it.
I backstabbed. I won. Because why do you look like a cross between Will and E and like I don't know Lenin?
Lenin?
Yeah,
Lenin?
I don't know what Lenin looks
I
like,
do?
but you know.
I can tell you don't know what Lenin looks like.
I look like a
Okay.
cross between.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to cut this short. I have to cut this short.
It's been going
I
on
will
for
be in
hours.
chat.
I've really appreciated it. Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. No, my boyfriend's
Spoops,
coming home.
Are you running? Are you running for me again?
Oh, I like to. This is I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I like to go
Spoops is my
smoke a
internet mother.
cigarette while
Well,
my
let her
boyfriend comes
finish,
home.
dude.
So I can meet him.
Sorry?
Spoops is
It
my
doesn't matter.
internet
It
mother.
doesn't matter. I gotta go.
Oh,
This has
He
been a
likes to
pleasure.
smoke a cigarette.
I hope I was audible. I hope I made sense. I
Your audio
appreciate
has
your
been
time.
absolutely perfect.
Because I
Yeah.
actually have to speak to you. I just have to speak to you because are you seeing what Bunk is doing right now?
Isn't Bunk that very weird femboy person?
Yeah, he's
Or
the
he's
one
very
who kissed
interested in
femboys.
femboys?
Yeah. I don't really know who he is either, but he's like a debate guy, like a politics type of guy who was in the space a while ago. And he's just had a big debate with Queeman. And I mean, I'm not a debate guy, so I didn't follow it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was spicy. It was
A
spicy.
debate pedophile.
So if you want some content, if you're not too tired there, buddy.
No, I could go for a
You got
little,
blue eyes. You got blue
little
eyes.
tasty morsel of content.
Have you got
That's
blue
what-
eyes, Nicholas?
That's what I said. I was like, you guys are similar. You got the same like
Yeah. Because
cherub
bro,
vibe.
let's do it, bro. You got to join the SS squadron with me.
Oh god.
Right, you can
I get
come in as a
proud.
Sherman.
If
Oh,
you
God.
remember in that famous Nightmare Blunt Rotation screenshot from that call, I was Dick as SS at that moment in time.
Dude, let's go. Yeah, see, Sammy was there, optics checking me in DM saying, oh, you shouldn't do SS gang, but you know what? I decided to embrace it.
Okay, bye.
Told me he didn't want to do
She
it.
made the joke. See
I'm
ya.
a
Bye,
chat.
bye, bye, bye.